You would if you loved me.
You know, sex is the most important thing in a lasting relationship.
To really know someone, you have to know them sexually. So let's get to know each other.
I don't see why we can't. Everyone else is doing it.
Everybody's doing it. That's the message we get about sex in today's society. You've probably seen many ads like this one, all implying that with the right clothes, deodorants, perfumes, or whatever, your life will be one full of exciting sexual encounters. And some movies imply that even if you're not having sex all the time, you're certainly thinking about it constantly. Sex seems to be an essential ingredient in most of today's magazines, books, and TV programs. They all seem to be saying that sex is as common as, and no more important than, say, brushing your teeth. But many adults, including parents and teachers, don't agree. They're saying that sex is not okay for teenagers. Young people see this as an attempt to deny them their right to grow up. But really, most parents are simply trying to help their children develop honest values about sex while protecting them from such potential hazards as unwanted pregnancy and venereal disease. And remember, most parents grew up believing that sex between unmarried people was, very simply, immoral, and many still feel that way. Others apply a different set of standards to sexual relationships. Although sleeping around is still frowned upon, sex between two people in love is often considered acceptable. As a matter of fact, for many, being in love is the goal they set for their relationships, instead of being married. But what exactly is love? You've probably heard friends say, "I can't study, I'm in love." Finding it hard to concentrate and spending all your time daydreaming about another person does not always mean that you're in love. In fact, people who feel this way are often disappointed or bored when they're actually with the person they think they love. Real love, on the other hand, is a rewarding and fulfilling experience for both partners, and sex is only one of its many expressions.
Dr. Sol Gordon, a nationally known sex educator, has defined what he considers to be 9 important aspects of mature love. First is showing that you care for the other person. This means being there when you're needed and wanting to do things that will make your partner happy. A sense of humor is next in importance. Laughter gives us a better perspective on ourselves and can help smooth out difficult times in any relationship. Dr. Gordon considers communication to be the third most important aspect of love. Being able to talk to each other about your opinions and desires, even if you don't agree on everything, is essential to developing mutual trust. Doing meaningful things together is next on the list. Working for a local political candidate, joining a school club, pursuing a mutual hobby. Activities such as these can help strengthen the value of time spent together. Fifth is realizing the importance of maintaining relationships with other people. If your partner doesn't get along with your best friend, for example, you can and should still see that friend on your own. It's also important to respect each person's need for private time. Being in love doesn't mean being together constantly. The sixth point stresses the importance of understanding your partner's decisions on issues that are important to him or her, like whether or not to go to college, to pursue a career, or to have children. Dr. Gordon also notes that you need to tolerate each other's weaker moments. Everyone gets silly or irritable once in a while, and we all have to learn to overlook these occasional transgressions. Next in importance is learning to accept each other's style. One person may be outgoing, the other quiet. Some people need to be physically active almost constantly, while others like to relax. These differences help make each person unique. If they create a real problem, chances are the relationship has a problem too. Number 9 on the list is sexual fulfillment, which for Dr. Gordon does not necessarily mean sexual intercourse. You may think it's unrealistic to put sex so far down on the list, but think for a moment. Without the first 8, sex in a relationship doesn't mean very much. And, as Dr. Gordon himself points out, of the hundreds of things important to a relationship, sex is certainly in the top 10.
You've probably already developed many of the other 8 relationship skills. Take a look at the friendships you already have. Chances are you spend time with people you can talk to and laugh with, people who will support you when problems crop up. A true love relationship isn't really very different from a close friendship, except that it involves a deeper level of mutual caring and communication. Just as in a friendship, you have to take the time to get to know one another, who you both are, and what you both want from life. And you have to learn to trust each other. This feeling of trust will allow you to share tender moments with the security of knowing that you won't be pressured into doing anything you're not ready for, including experimenting with sex. All of us have heard lines like, "You would if you loved me," and "Everybody's doing it." This sort of pressure tactic doesn't work in relationships where people really care about each other. Because people in love find the most satisfaction when they can be honest with one another and can share experiences with a sense of mutual respect and understanding.